9467 or stop by the box office. Go X's.
This is Zach Willowan of your Sioux City Explorers. Summertime is baseball time in Siouxland all season on KSCJ.
Give it up for Tyler of Tyler's Amazing Balancing Act. Just balanced a 70-pound ladder on his face. We were talking to him before the game here, before the doubleheader, and he just could do it. This isn't a skill that he learned. He just could always do this. He and I were talking. We found out that we actually grew up about 10 minutes away from each other. Not even. He's from the next town over, down in the Philadelphia area. But he actually was a big-time baseball player himself. In high school, was recruited to play at Cavalry Christian, which is a big-time prep school in Pennsylvania. Didn't play in college, obviously, because he found his true calling, which is balancing random things on his face. But he's been all over. He's shown me pictures of him at Citizens Bank Park. He's been all over the American Association, as Dan has told you, pretty much all week. Now the X's finally get to hit in the bottom of the fourth. It'll be Deshaun Knowles, Zach Vuletic, and Abdiel Layer due up in the inning. Knowles today was the Game 1 hero with an RBI single to right center in the bottom half of the seventh inning. His first pitch to him is up and away, ball one. Knowles in Game 2 is 0 for 1. He walked in the first and then grounded back to the box in the second. 6-4 X's lead. No outs, nobody on. Bottom of the fourth inning. Patel kicks in the 1-0. That's right in there. Called strike. Knowles a guy that, if you let him speak, he'll give you everything you need to know as the 1-1 pitch is down and in ball two. And what I mean by that is that Deshaun, you ask him a very nuanced question, and he will give you a nuanced answer. 2-1 pitch. Down and away, ball three. Switch hitter, batting left-handed. And Lincoln plays into pull. Haven't seen Deshaun bat right-handed in a very long time. Talk to him about switch hitting and everything that goes into that at some point during the season as a 3-1 pitch is swung on. Beaten on the ground the other way to third base. The third baseman Espinoza has no play. Would have been a tough play if they were playing him regular, but it was deep in the hole. It's short. The third baseman was over there, Espinoza. And Deshaun Knowles, he legs it out, but they're going to give that an E5 there. And that's a tough play regardless, and I think that should probably be a hit. In my not so humble opinion. And here is Zach Vuletic, who's coming to the plate for the first time since his solo home run. Or 3-run home run, excuse me. That at the time, it seemed like the game was broken open, but then Lincoln got right back in it. The pitch. It's down and away, 1-0. He also grounded into a fielder's choice in his first at-bat. Vuletic just 2 home runs on the year, but he is unbelievably strong. He just chooses to show it off with the throws from the outfield and driving balls into the gap. Knowles a huge lead at first, not going, and that one swung on into the right center gap. It falls in for a base hit. Knowles around second, on his way to third. The throw is nowhere close. Zach Vuletic's second hit of the game, and the X's have runners at their corners with nobody out in the fourth. Just poked it out to right center. Knowles looks for the fastball. His approach has been great. And the X's, they got 7 hits, and there's nobody out in the fourth. Here is Abdiel Layer. He's 0 for 2 on the game. He's fly to right and fly to center. And the pitch. Up and in, way up and in. And Abdiel Layer pulls a Neo from the Matrix to get out of that one. 6-4 game, bottom of the fourth. No outs, runners at the corners. Patel fires. Layer bounces one to third base. That's a fair ball! And it's down the line. It'll rattle around to the corner. Knowles scores easily. Vuletic in at third. Layers in at second with a double. 7-4 Sioux City. The Bats are coming alive tonight. Every player now has reached base for the X's. The X's putting on a show. They don't score a lot of runs very often. They usually rely on you get 3 or 4, and then you call on your pitching staff as the infield comes in against Torrin Montgomery. But the X's have only lost 1 time when scoring 4 or more runs, and that's because the other team scored 15. Here's Montgomery, the pitch. He swings at the first one and fouls it back to the screen. Vuletic at third, Layer at second. Still nobody out. 1 run in, bottom of the 4th inning, 7-4 X's lead. Devine and Farr in, but still up the middle. Outfield comes in as well. Cone is in center as the 0-1 pitch is upstairs, 1-1. The X's heading into today. We're hitting .236 with runners in scoring position, and it's up to today. They've done it a lot, but they've also stranded a bunch of runners as the 1-1 pitch is grounded back up the middle. The throw from the shortstop Devine to the plate is in time, and Vuletic retired for out number 1. Layer on down to third base, and Montgomery safe at first. 6-2 on the putout. Still runners at the corners. Give that a fielder's choice. That's going to bring up Nick Shumpert. Shumpert's been aboard twice today. He doubled and scored in the second, walked in the third. Farr at second base, shaded up the middle. Coulter, the first baseman, holding on the runner. Devine, normal depth at short as the first pitch is way inside, 91 on the gun. 1-0. Shump was 0 for 2 in game 1. A 28-year-old. Started basically every game at second base. Vuletic sprinkled in a couple. 1-0. There's a called strike in the inner half. Shumpert, really a struggle to start the year through the first 33 games, but he's been so much better over the last week or so. That Lake Country series, I think that got him right and woke him up as the 1-1 pitch is fouled to the screen on the right side. Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning. Layer at third, Montgomery at first, already 1 run in. Shumpert and Barnes, who's up next, they're looking to turn the lineup over, get it to Josh Day. Here's a 1-2. Tapper behind the plate, and Shumpert just stays alive. Shumpert drafted in the 7th round in 2015 by the Tigers out of high school. Did not attend high school, went to San Jacinto Junior College, spent 1 season there as the 1-2 pitch coming in. It swung on, grounded over to shortstop, flipped to second for 1, far to first in time. A double play, and the inning is over. The X's pick up a run. They do it on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 1 man was left at third base. On to the 5th inning, Sioux City 7, Lincoln 4. You're listening to KSCJ and watching on AABaseball.tv.